What's up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. Welcome to the late night pour edition of the stream. We already went live earlier. We were hanging out, did some professional stuff, right? We did a couple fresh cracks where, granted, we didn't even get a key. It is what it is. It's kind of the world we live in. We also did a little whiskey sour tasting for a little pre-mixed thing. It was okay. Moved into the rare character stuff. It's good. Can't complain about that. I did a full review on that, so you got to swing over there if that's what you want to see for that video. But we are going to break into the Russell's 13. This was on the poll right before we ended the stream to basically say, hey, you know what I mean? Check it out. This was what you guys voted on for the next pour, so that's what we're drinking. Let's move into the chat. Let me pull up everything here. That song stuck in my head, the intro. Brendan says, I made it, Brendan. Welcome to the stream, baby. Happy Friday. Glad to have you. Glad you made it. You missed the whole earlier stream. I don't remember seeing you, but if you were there, my bad. AJ says, hey, bud, where's my buddy at? Who's your buddy? Christian says, we here. Christian, welcome to the stream. Boys, if you haven't already, drop a like on the stream. Guys, we are in the late night pour edition. It's been a while since I've done like a stream and then moved to a late night pour up on the up and down version. It's been a minute. I've been trying to do more normal live streams. It's a little bit easier. But Alex says, yes, sir. Alex, welcome to the stream. I'm waiting for my guy. Who's where's my sound effects? There it goes. My guy keeps coming in saying, hey, I'm back. Guess who's back? You know what I mean? I was prepared for him this time. He didn't show. That's what I get for thinking. Rest in peace, Josh Sanders. Who's Josh? Anyway, boys, welcome to stream. Happy Friday. Glad to have you. It's almost Saturday at this point, my time. But let me know what you're sipping on. Let me know what you've had to drink tonight. And then, of course, what we're drinking on now is the Russell's 13 barrel proof, the highest proof they ever released, coming in at 123.8 proof. Let me know if you've had this. Because this is a, let me do that. This one's a little bit of a hit or miss for some people is what I've seen. So I'm curious to see what you guys' thoughts are on it. Life with Nah says hi. Hi, welcome to the stream. Brendan says, I'm drinking that new Jack Blackberry with lemonade. I didn't want to crack the Penelope Black Walnut yet. First off, which lemonade? That's important. Which lemonade are you drinking it with? Second, if the answer is anything but brisk, throw that in the trash, crack open the Penelope. That's the only answer here. Dislike on the stream. Appreciate it. I mean, hey, you're here. You're watching. I love you anyway. AJ says, rest in peace, King Cobra. He had 118K sons. Either I'm dyslexic or you meant subs. Who's King Cobra? I saw you say that in the last stream. Who's King Cobra? It's good. It's not the 15 though. That's my thoughts, right? Like, it's a solid pour. I like it. I'm not mad at the purchase, especially because I basically robbed Publix. But, if you look at it from MSRP standpoint, I probably would say it may not be the greatest pour ever, but I think it's good. I think I'm over analyzing it. You know what I mean? Christian says, just poured some Bardstown Bonded. That's what's up. AJ says, dead at 34. I don't know who we're talking about, AJ. I've asked you like 3 times. Who are we talking about? Brendan says, Minute Maid. No. Dump it. Brendan, come here. Come here. Zoom in. Get close. Dump it out or slam it. I don't give a shit. Minute Maid is not going in that drink. It's not brisk, or Publix sweet tea and half lemonade would have sufficed. You know what I mean? Dump that out. Get you a little ice cube. So hopefully you got a square or a sphere. 1 cherry. Break open the black walnut. Old Fashioned Ways says, cheers, everyone. Old Fashioned Ways. Been a minute, bud. welcome to stream. Happy Friday. Technically almost Saturday. It's Friday for you for sure. Welcome to stream, baby. Glad to see you. Haven't seen you live in a minute. At least I haven't got the alerts, so hopefully you're doing all right. Brendan says, I'm drinking for effect tonight. Okay, I'm not asking that question. You're definitely not drinking for taste, that's for sure. I have the Jack over here. All right, I'm about to do something stupid. Give me a second. Brendan, this is your fault. I just want to point this out. This is 100% your fault. It's not my fault. You're drinking for effect. I'm drinking for pure stupidity at this point. Give me a cup, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a cup. All right. I got my uncle established in 2022. We're about to re-up that here in another month. Rick says, do you do whiskey reviews? Sometimes. I do whiskey, bourbon reviews. I do my own thing. You know what I mean? Wait says, why did Sally fall off the swing? She had no arms. Fuck me, bro. That was dark. You couldn't get her a prosthetic or something? You know what I mean? Damn. Waiting. AJ says, you can Google King Cobra. Man gives his life for the tubes. I mean, I'll Google him when I get off the stream for sure. Waiting for... Hold on. Somebody's putting my homie up for the task. He said, knock, knock. We got to say who's there, right? Who's there? Hit me. It better be good. I like the darkness too, but like, whatever you want to do. Not... He said, not Sally. She ain't got no arms. That's savage. I like that. That was good. I appreciate that. There's a guy that comes in here. He used to come... What am I doing? He used to come in here. He used to say, yo. Or like... It was a yo mama joke. It's basically what it was. Now, I did just pick up... I mean, I do have the Jack. Blackberry, right? Granted, I have that. It's good. I'm not complaining. It's better than the Crown for sure. Then I have this. The new whiskey sour cocktail. I bet you if you mix the two, like nothing crazy. We're going to do just like, I didn't take the cap off all the way. A little splash. Little splash. You know what I mean? Did I just find the trifecta of the summer? A little bullet Jack? Probably not. It's probably disgusting, but I'm here for it. So, this is probably the dumbest drink I've done so far. We were drinking Russell's 13. We were having a good time. You guys came and did this. This isn't me. AJ says, love Joe Waters. Appreciate it. Gave the trolling up. AJ, so I'd love to hear your thoughts because I feel like he was saying that you were trolling him. I just, like, is it a reason why? Like, I don't personally care. You know what I mean? Go troll him all you want. I was just curious, like, is it just because he, like, talks about the trolling, or is it because like you know him personally? Brendan says, I do prefer the Jack over the Crown. Cheaper though. I don't care about the cheaper part. The Jack is light years better than the Crown. This is a stupid drink. Don't do this. Do that. Fucking do that. That's a big waste of money, but that's good. That was good. That was delicious. I didn't expect that. I don't even know what to say. Needed a couple more ice cubes, but beyond that, like, beyond that, that was solid. The Bullet just released their whiskey sour pre-made cocktail mix, right? Just pour over ice, you're good to go. It's only 50 proof. My complaint was it doesn't have enough alcohol for me to justify spending that much money, because all it is lemon juice and honey. You know what I mean? With bourbon, a little bourbon, honey, and lemon juice, but then adding in the Jack Daniel's blackberry gives you two factors: a little bit more alcohol, but also a little bit of berry hint. Not much, right? You know, not much, but as stupid as that is, it works. It works. If you're drinking for effect, it works even better. I still am not a big fan of like the lemon drink as we're kind of moving into the fall season, but I mean, hey, we're here for what it is. I prefer my whiskey just straight up neat and not all the frilly dilly stuff. That's called a hangover for sure. But beyond that. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, Drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you are new. We go live every Friday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We also drop videos every Monday, Wednesday, and shorts every other day of the week. So, AJ says, because he thinks thinks is so smart. That's not me, AJ. That was you that time. I thought it was me at first. But I'm done. Joe's a good dude. Hey, if you want to troll him, troll him. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't really care. I just didn't know if there was a reason. You know what I mean? I did tell him last time, you may have been here. I was like, you've been nothing but cool in the chat here. As long as you stay cool, I don't give a shit. You be here, we hang out. I'll tell you about whiskey. We can talk about weird shit all you want. Brendan says, listen, let's talk about that cinnamon Penelope old fashioned coming out. Brendan, is that you in the Discord? Am I tripping, or are we like on the same wavelength? Coming out, that might be a hitter. Brendan, let me. AJ said posted a screenshot in Discord, but it was kicked. Yeah, like people don't play about that stuff in the Discord. You know what I mean? Sorry. It's usually like a week-long ban, and then you get back in. I'm not complaining about you, bro. I have nothing bad to say about you yet. Hopefully, I don't ever. I don't anticipate anybody, but let me go to this thing. So Penelope released, or allegedly. Oh, you are. That is you, Brandon. Welcome to the Discord, baby. He says there is a Penelope pre-made cocktail, just like the black walnut, just like the peach, an apple cinnamon old fashioned made with straight bourbon whiskey, straight rye whiskey, just like the other two, apple cinnamon bitters, and simple syrup. My only complaint is bitters are not typically strong enough to hold the flavor. What they should have done is one of two. I'm not saying I'm a cocktail genius, but I know my way around an old fashioned. They just need to call daddy up, let me cook up something good. I have a video posting on Monday about what I think they should have done for winter. I don't want to release it yet. I feel like, you know what I mean? Copyright. If they would have released it now, oh my God, I'd be pissed. But they didn't. I was talking about the toasted one. But they should have done one of two, either cinnamon or apple bitters, then done the opposite on the simple syrup. They should have done like a cinnamon simple syrup with apple bitters. Fantastic fall drink. Fantastic fall drink. Reverse it. Cinnamon bitters with an apple simple syrup. Apple cinnamon bitters, you're using a couple dashes. With regular simple syrup, it's going to be a regular old fashioned with a little hint of apple. If the apple can overpower the cinnamon. Will I buy it? Yes. That's just what I do. But do I expect it to be mind-blowing? No. I feel like the black walnut was a staple. Like, that one's solid. What about the KF single barrel? Or the JD single barrel? AJ says, Joe Waters is a friend on my book. He doesn't have to be a friend. I don't really care. I mean, I hope you guys are friends. That'd be cool. You guys can, like, hang out, paint each other's nails and stuff. I don't know. JD single barrel, Jack Daniel's single barrel proof whiskey or rye is fantastic. So if you guys didn't know, the Jack Daniel's Heritage, the new toasted that was just released at 100 proof, whatever, that one's going to be part of their lineup moving forward. So you should be able to find that. Just like, I mean, granted, just like the old Fit 7, just like the old Granddad 7, it's going to be part of a shelfer lineup. So you should be able to find that soon or eventually. I wouldn't pay secondary. People that have done, I'm sorry, it is what it is. You already kind of bit the bullet, but hopefully you like it. Kyle says, just joined to say hello and good night. Love all. Kyle, love you too. Appreciate you stopping by. So I missed your chat by a lot, so hopefully you didn't go to bed yet. 100 proof. Yeah, the Heritage one, that's 100 proof. I mean, I always say this, like Jack Daniel's have never put out anything that I've disliked. I like Old Number 7, like all their bonded stuff. I like their single barrel proofs, rye and whiskey. I like the 10-year. It's just something about Jack that really just sits with me. I don't know if it's nostalgia or whatever. it just says 76 bucks in this neighborhood. Yeah, you're talking about the Heritage thing because it's around 70 to 80 bucks. I say pick it up. I haven't had it yet, but I just have a feeling. You know what I mean? I just see these things. That and what I was just saying is like Jack Daniels has never really put out something that I've disliked. Again, maybe that's your preference. If you're not a big Jack Daniels fan and you don't like anything of them, maybe wait off. You know what I mean? Another good option too, like if you're not willing or wanting to pull the trigger and spend $76 on a bottle, which is okay. Like that's a lot of money, granted, comparatively. Go find a whiskey bar or a pour bar or anything like that around you. Not like a dive bar, they don't typically have that stuff. But find like a whiskey esque bar around you. Usually they'll sell pours where you can buy a pour for 10, 20 bucks, you know, and make sure it's something that you really like before you spend the money on it. There's tons of whiskey bars around me that like they're paired up with liquor stores where they get all the good stuff. Now, granted, most of the pours, all the good stuff, like really good stuff, is super high priced. So I don't buy a lot of those. But if I ever wanted to, like if I want to go try Weller, you know, not foolproof, the William LaRue, the BTAC lineup, I can go try right now at a bar. Don't really want to spend like $100 a pour, so I'll probably not do that, but you could if you wanted to. This cocktail was out there, but again, it wasn't bad. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys thought you were going to get a stream without some B-roll. Ladies and gentlemen, we always have B-roll. I don't know what's behind it. All right, cool. We'll just leave it like that. God damn it, AJ. What are we talking about? I can't. It's all only videos, AJ. I don't want to pull up a video live, so. But I saw what you're talking about. That sucks. The YouTuber passed away. That can't be. That's never good for anybody, you know. So. Let's finish this pour up. And then we'll get to that whiskey that's on the screen. Let's pull it over just for funsies. Right? $118 subs, that's it? He should have more. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those who are watching, what are you sipping on? What are you drinking on? And also, are you having a good Friday night? Let me know your thoughts. Cheers. Cheers. Anyways. Oh, 1,800? That's a good amount, too. You know what I mean? Like, that's not nothing, for sure. But, I mean, it all comes down to, I mean, I don't know why he passed, so I can't really speak on it. Anyways. AJ, what are you sipping on? Do you drink? I know you kind of hang out in the whiskey chats, but like, do you dabble in some whiskey? Oh my god, I just minimized my little B-roll thing. Bourbon Daddy says Jack 12. Hey, a little JD 12. I have the 10. The 10's fantastic. Where is it? I have the JD 10. Solid pour. I want the 12. Would kill to have the 12 right now. But I can't complain. The 10's fantastic. 97 proof. I have batch 3. But if I find a 12, for sure, we'll pick it up soon. Christian says, I'm still on the Bardstown Bonded. Hot take, I think the Bonded is better than the Weeded 106. Ooh, okay. Have you had, Christian, have you had the Triple Mash? The Triple Mash is a blend of all 3 of the Bondeds. The rye, I can't remember off the top of my head. The blend is... Oh, it's right here. Blend of the American malt, the rye, and the Tennessee whiskey, all at 100 proof. Obviously, this one's fantastic. To me, I mean, everybody's different, right? Everybody's palate's a little bit different. But this one's like berries on the palate, which was really nice. Soft at 100 proof, nothing too harsh, especially for like a Jack Daniels. But I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, but it's definitely up there for Jack Daniels. Um, like I'd probably say the single barrel proof rye is number one, then the whiskey, then this Jack 10. I've never done it in a blind. I just imagine because of the proof, I'd probably put this at 3. Then the triple mash. AJ says BT brother, a little Buffalo Trace. Nothing wrong with that. I like Buffalo Trace. A lot of people give it shit. You know what I mean? I like it. It's approachable. It's soft, sweet, but really at the end of the day, it's to me kind of feels a little bit like more beginner whiskey, which is okay, right? Some people I would start with that or like an Eagle Rare to start a stream sometimes. It just depends, you know. AJ says it's just sad, Josh. What the fuck? All right, AJ, feels like you're trolling again. I don't know if I believe that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If that's true, that's crazy. If it's not true, feels like you're trying to troll on my channel. I enjoy trolling, but you got to let me know which one first, because I don't know how to take that. If you want to troll, I'm all for it. Like I just have to be prepared for it a little bit. You know what I mean? I got to gauge the system. I got to know what kind of the response to give you. You know what I mean? Let's put back the Russells. Russells is good. I can't complain about that. I do want to find a Russell's Rye single barrel. That's what I went to the store for earlier, and then I ended up going out with the Castle and no key. But whatever. I'm not salty. Salty. Christian says I've had the regular Jack Bonded and the Bonded Rye, but not the triple mash. I'll pick it up. You're the second person that said it's worth buying. 100% worth buying. It's like the same price as all the other Bondeds, but packaged all perfectly. I think it's got the best of everything. You know what I mean? Like as far as like a 100 proofer goes, it's got a little bit of spice from the rye. Not a lot though. I definitely think it's more like whiskey rather than like a burr rye. But technically, I believe the blend's like 1/3 of each. Chris said, "Oh wait, I just read that." But I mean, overall, I mean, it's solid. My bottle's hanging on for dear life. I've been hanging on to it because I've been trying to wait till I got the 12 to try and make a video. I just don't think it's gonna last that long anymore. Originally, I thought it, but I wanted to do like a bigger Jack Daniels video with the 12, the 10, both single barrel proofs, and that one, and see where that fell in the blind. Because I feel like that will land higher than most people think, just flavor wise. You know what I mean? Um, it has a lot of good tasting notes on there that I personally like, but that's a me thing, right? I'm like, again, a lot of people go, "Oh, you vape. What flavor's your vape?" It's berries. I'm a big berry kind of guy. You know what I mean? Red fruit, berries, that's the stuff that I gravitate towards. The the note on there that's prominent, besides like typical Tennessee whiskey stuff, is like this like berries and cream vibe. So I like it. I'm here for it. So let's pour up. My shutter speed a little slow. What happened there? I felt a little laggy. Swap out the Glens. Try to keep it light. Try to keep it low. Have you had anything from Filibuster? No, I haven't. Be honest, I don't even know what that is. Enlighten the chat. What is Filibuster? Am I crazy, or am I just late to the game? If I'm late, that's one thing. If I'm not, AJ says vid. Bid? What do you mean bid? Bid. All right, let's dive in. It is. It's strange. This bottle is so unique and strange to me. The more I drink it, the more ethanol comes on the nose. Granted, I originally expected that because it was 133 proof, but the first pour had none. The second pour had a little bit, right? Just a touch. Third pour, what I did on the earlier live stream, had a lot more than I was remembering. This one has about the same, if not even a little bit more. It's strange. Um, Still has like the same like vibe to it though, right? Still sweet on the nose. Still it's got a little bit of spice. I'll say the leather is a little bit more prominent on it. Same thing with like the tobacco is a little bit slightly more prominent, but all the other stuff's still there. Chad John says, "Cheers, gentlemen." Chad, welcome to stream, baby. Happy Friday. Chad, what are you sipping on, bud? To be honest, I know I have the Frey Ranch B roll dialed in. I may want to drink the Frey Ranch next because that one's money and we have the B roll for it. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't we? Let's put the Jack back. Little Jack back. Don't crack back. Unless you guys have some recommendations. If you got recommendations you want to kind of see me pick apart as far as drinking it wise, let me know. If not, we'll move into the Frey Ranch. And then from there, the world's your oyster. You know what I mean? Let me know. Have you had Frey Ranch uncut, finished in Malbec barrels for 16 months? No, I haven't. Let's pull up that B-roll and let's go ahead and pull over the Frey Ranch. So I do have the Frey Ranch. Which one do I have? I have the cask strength straight bourbon whiskey, farm strength. I love saying farm strength. I'm a big fan of that. Don't know why. It's 123.88 proof. This is batch 14. But it's just their typical normal offering is what I'm going to guess. There's some single barrels out there, at least around me. Mash bill on this is 66.6% dent corn, 10% winter wheat, 11.4% winter rye, 12% two-row barley, malted on site. That is the mash bill. It's a fun mash bill to say though, but I'm glad they put it on here, like on the label. I think that's a big plus to me. Any distillery willing to put their mash bill on the label automatically gets a little oomph to me. I'm not knocking Rare Character, but like Rare Character is like a sexy looking bottle. You know what I mean? You can see it say cask strength. I can see which bottle number it is. I can see the proof, and all those are important. But it doesn't tell me mash bill. Granted, it's a blend. I get that. But it doesn't tell me what their expected age is on it or nothing. I believe it's a 5 to 7 year. I could be wrong. But if I could be. I'm honestly, I might be just guessing right now. But from what I remember, it might have been 7 year. But again, you know what I mean? Who knows? Let me grab one more Glen over here. Put that over chump. So we have the Frey Ranch Farm Strength Uncut. Fantastic pour, to be honest. We're almost halfway through that bottle. You guys can tell if a bottle to me, like on stream, you can see it being drank halfway. You already know that one means I'm either talking about it a lot for some reason or I really like it. Frey Ranch to me is one of those bottles that I personally like a lot. It's higher proof, so I don't drink it a ton off stream, but I definitely drink it off stream. Not a lot, but enough, you know? So the question is do we make an old fashioned tonight or no? You know? So let me know, should we just sip the Frey Ranch or should we make an old fashioned with it? And also, if it is an old fashioned, what kind? Holy shit, what did I just click? I just clicked a bunch of buttons on accident. If you can find one, don't pass on it. My friend Chad, you're not wrong. Any of the Frey Ranches, at least cask strength, I don't think I could pass on. This one's fantastic. I thought for a while that they had a farm strength rye. I could be wrong. But the only ones I see that I think was available on their website was either a single barrel or like a weird finish one. Granted, farm strength anything I think should be picked up from Frey Ranch. I haven't really had any kind of pours that have been bad. I've had a couple pours from other people as well. Everything so far has been dialed in pretty well. So I think you're spot on with that. Christian says, Jack Daniels, single barrel proof, rye for the win. What are we talking about, Christian? Are you telling me to make something with the Jack? Because I can. But I'm going to make a whiskey ginger if I do. Not an old fashioned. The rye, I like an old fashioned, don't get me wrong. But my old fashions, I typically like a lot sweeter, right? I want the cherry, I want the regular simple syrup and stuff like that. You know what I mean? My ryes, I want in the whiskey ginger. I want the spice to be with the spice. I want the sweet to be with the sweet. I don't know why, just a me thing. An old fashioned with a Jack, Christian. That's blasphemy. I only have like enough for like maybe one more. If you want to pick something else for an old fashioned, 100%, I'm all about it. Right? Um, I'm not going to do the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye in an old fashioned. As good as it is, I don't have any honey. So my Jacks, my rye old fashions typically are going to be made with honey, orange bitters, and then that Jack. I don't have any honey. I have hot honey. That can't be good though. I'm sure it would be like fun, but let's not do that. Chad says, "Have you found the elusive Michter's barrel strength toasted rye?" I have not. I haven't found any kind of Michter's anything special lately. Maybe it's just where I'm at, but I've looked. I looked today. Honestly, I thought I found it, but it was just their just their rye, the regular basic rye too. I was like, oh, it is what it is. Um, I don't think a lot of people around here care for the mixers too much, or it would be a little bit more prominent here. Um, Maybe I'm crazy, but that's my guess. Green River Foolproof. Now that's a good old fashioned. All right, let me do this because I feel like we're on the train to make an old fashioned. I'm gonna go grab my solid ice cube. I'll be back in like a half a minute. Okay, I can only find my elf cup. So we're going past Thanksgiving and fall and hitting right to Christmas at this point. It is what it is, I guess. But I got my elf cup. I usually break these out for winter, but it's the only one I had. I don't know where all my other ones went. So it is what it is. Mr. Miyagi says, "I'm proud of you, man. Channel is getting big. 10K coming soon." Mr. Miyagi, I appreciate that. It's a lot of work, bud. It's a lot of work. I mean, this is fun work. Let me rephrase that. It's not like I'm not dying over here by any means. It's fun. I love making content. I love YouTube in general. I love bourbon and whiskey in general. So this is all fun stuff to me. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the feedback. Definitely, hopefully, we get the 10K this year. If we don't, not the end of the world, but that's the goal. So until the end of the year on New Year's, if we don't hit it, I won't die. But if we hit it, I'm going to lose my shit. So just buckle up. If we even get close, I may get butt naked, run down the street or something. So Christian says, Green River Foolproof Old Fashioned. Now, granted, this one's got thin mint cookie vibes. Typically, for me at least. So I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I'm also thinking like, how should we make it? Should we make it with just regular simple syrup? Maybe chocolate bitters? It's always an option. Or do we make our standard old fashioned, just kind of judge it accordingly? Probably judging it accordingly is the best course of action because I don't have any marshmallows because I feel like marshmallows would go pretty well on that. So let's do typical old fashioned, right? That's my fault. My fault. I clicked the wrong button. I was clicking off the B-roll. Chad says 1792 foolproof old fashioned. I don't even know if I've ever done that. I have it. I don't really care for the foolproof stuff though, right? But I don't know why. It's just a me thing. It just hasn't been like my go-to for anything. It dries out my palate. I don't know why. I wish I knew the answer because a lot of people really like that bottle, but I personally have not liked it. What I can do is I can make this. I'll make like a half, try it, taste it, and then we can do the 1792. I don't mind doing that. Might get a little buzzy buzz, but if not, you know what I mean, we'll be vibing. I forgot the Woodfords. So a lot of times, I said this on the last stream. This Woodford's Reserve Old Fashioned Cocktail Syrup. This is like my go-to for anything testing wise. Unless I'm being creative and just having fun with it. If I'm trying to like judge an old fashioned, this is usually what I'm gravitating towards because it's just like it's good, but also I've done it for all the other ones, so like why not? You know. So I basically do like a quarter ounce, pour it in. Let's do the Green River. Whoa, what happened to my camera? There we go. Turn this back on. There we go. Now we're cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, drop a like on the channel. Subscribe if you are new. Right now we're making a little old fashioned. Again, the bottom half here is a little harder to see, but you know that's what we're here for. Missy Miyagi says, "I'll take your channel over Bruzel any damn day, man." I appreciate that. I'm not saying I want to be the same channel as them or anything like that, but I mean I appreciate the feedback. I try to coexist in my own little lane. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to compete or talk smack about any other channel. Sometimes I do, if they ask for it, I guess. I try to be nice to most channels, but a lot of channels don't like me for whatever reason. That's okay. I don't do anything wrong, so if they don't like me, my answer is to fuck off. So, but at the end of the day, I just like to do my own thing. You know what I mean? So, Miss Miyagi, I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate you being here. As always, been steady watching. I don't remember since when, so if you remember when, definitely let me know. But you've been here a while. We just hit 2,600 subscribers, so that's cool, right? Not where we want to be, but definitely better than we've been. You know what I mean? So let's try this old fashioned up real quick. This is a Green River Full Proof with the old fashioned cocktail syrup from Woodford's. A little cherry, baby spoon of cherry syrup. Fucking solid. You know what's crazy too? Even on that first sip, that chocolate and that mint note came through pretty stable. I mean, I'm here for it. Oh, camera died. Dave says, I think you are fucking stand up guy. Fucking stand up guy? I'm a stand up guy? Hey, I appreciate that. The fucking part was a little excessive, but I'm here for it. Weird time when the camera dies, but I am here for it. So, I mean, I'm more of a sit down kind of guy now that I'm getting a little older. I like to sit down when I live stream. I used to stand, which was funny. But Dave, I appreciate it. I'm just me. That's all. People get confused all the time when I just kind of come in, be myself. They think I'm trying to put on an act of some kind, and there's no way to do that when you drink. You know what I mean? The real you is going to come out regardless. So I'm here for a good time, not a long time, my boys. The craziest thing, I think, bro, my wife's hair is in every part of my food. In this frozen ice cube, I got to take a picture of this. I got to take a picture of this. Bro, she gets her food in everything. Or her hair in everything I eat, no matter what. And her hair is frozen inside my ice cube right now. Like, what are we doing? Kristen says, they hating on the beard. Bro, if they're hating on the beard, they better get in line. This thing is long and in charge. I've been debating on cutting it. Not all the way. I would hate for you guys to see what my actual face looks like. I'd be down to no subscribers. But I thought about trimming it, but I like the length. It's a lot to deal with, though. It's a lot hard. Like, people don't get it. And I understand because I didn't get it either. Like, when you have a beard that's like here, even like this up is long for most people. And that's a lot to deal with. When you get all the way down here, when it's at like center chest with you, you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different ballgame. It's hard. I mean, that's first world problems, you know what I mean? But if they're hating on the beard, that's just that jealousy, you know what I mean? I mean, there's bigger channels. There's better channels, too. Don't get me wrong. I think we're really good at doing what we do, so. That, and I do have a great beard, but whatever. So, I can't get over the hair in my drink now, because I was going to reuse this ice cube. Brendan says, 1792 mentioned, hallelujah. Chad says, the beard is epic. Almost can't get it that luxurious. To be honest, it's not even that good right now. Like, I get it. Like, a lot of people go, oh, it looks really good right now. It honestly is kind of homelessy right now. So I haven't trimmed my beard or my hair in easily 3 or 4 months. That's why it's so long. Like, normally I keep it kind of trimmed. You know what I mean? But even, like, if you go watch the videos, I can put it in a ponytail now. Chris says, my wife's hair gets in places I'd rather not talk about. You know, ever since my wife was pregnant, her hair has kind of ended up everywhere. And it's a running joke that she'll give me my plate for dinner. Usually she cooks, granted. And every time I'm like, oh, wow, her hair. And I have to pull it out. And it's like a joke because it just somehow ends up. She doesn't do it on purpose. She didn't even make this ice cube, and her hair is in my eyes. So I just find it funny. People will be like, ew, hair in your eyes. To be honest, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'd be diving face deep into my wife sometimes. So, like, that doesn't bother me. So, let's pull over 1792. Let's give that a shot. Now, I'm going to give you guys a full rundown of why I don't actually care for 1792. And then hopefully you guys understand. Because I have to pull out my Santa cup now. It is what it is. You guys asked for it. So 1792, foolproof in general, right, is not bad. I don't want it to seem like I'm being like, oh, this whiskey's bad or anything like that. But 1792 small batch was the first one I had. right? And I drank it, and I was like, wow. Every time I take a sip, my palate dries out. And I was like, I didn't know if it was like a me thing or the bottle thing. So, and I tried it multiple times. And every time I just got really thirsty. And it was something to do with the bottle. It was almost like it had a bunch of oak tannins in it without the oak tannins, right? And what happened was, is the higher proof you go up, the less that really is there. Eventually, I got to the full proof, and I like all the flavors. I like the taste of the pour. I just don't like the after effect of being really thirsty. Like I'll straight up be like, I got to chug a bottle of water. It's almost like the equivalent to tasting really good sand. You know what I mean? Like that's how I like to describe it. Like the bottle's not bad. I just think it's something weird with me. Um, Again, the flavors are good. The dry mouth feeling is what really pushes me away from it. But the flavors on the bottle are great. The proof on it's great. What is it? 125? Yeah, 125 proof. Decent price. I don't like the shape of the bottle, but that's a different story. I think it has the makings of a really good bottle, and I can see why people like it. I just don't understand why I personally don't like it. The only thing I can think of is whatever's in the bottle, whatever it was aged in, and I'd love to say it was just this one bottle, but it happened for the 1972 small batch. It happened on the Kirkland's bottled and bond, hence why I know for 100% that the Kirkland's bottled and bond is just 1792 bottled and bond. So, yeah. I don't think I've ever made it in an old fashioned though. If I did, it was a long, long time ago. So I'm down to try it. Chad says the store picks are better for sure. I don't have a store pick. I really haven't spent any money on 1792. I'd like to try the sweet wheat. I'd like to try all the things that they have coming out, but to be honest, like I don't like they're not super cheap bottles. If they were like budget bottles, I wouldn't mind throwing some money at it. But if I don't like the full proof, I doubt I'm gonna like the other ones. You know what I mean? And I've had this bottle for at least a year now, almost a year now. The small batch I've had longer. Kirkland's I've had longer. Like the nose on this drink as well, even though it's not a Glen, it's not just straight bourbon. It smells fantastic. If you told me, it didn't tell me what it was, and I drank it, I'd be like, oh, it smells great. I've done this in a blind, and I've picked it out every time in a blind as well, just because of the dry mouth thing. I'm like, that's 1792, no question. I don't know. It's just a me thing. I'm sorry. Cheers, boys. Let's get our sip on. An old fashioned, it's fantastic. I'll give you that. Like it really does come through with a ton of flavors on top of like all the other stuff I put in there. I haven't really got the dry mouth part yet, so it might be the way to drink it is in an old fashioned. We're gonna let it marinate. We're gonna let it sit for a second. I'm gonna give you a proper 1-2 punch here. To be honest, I love the flavor. I also really like the flavor of the pour though. You know what I mean? I think it's just my mustache a little long. It doesn't dry my mouth out, but it does coat my teeth kind of weird. There's something. I don't want to knock the bottle any farther than ever I have because it is in this weird limbo stage where like the flavors are really good. I think there's just something wrong with me in this lineup. I think also what would do me pretty good as well is maybe trying like a different years. Like this was all bought within the same couple months, same couple like in the same year. Trying like now it's been like a year, almost two. Like maybe next year we try some 1792 stuff because I you know what I mean. Like maybe it's different. Christian said, "Did you ever score the Green River 250th? No. I saw it today. I didn't buy it. Um, that was almost, it wasn't because I couldn't get it. I could have got it today. I just chose not to. I want it, but also, like, I wasn't trying to spend a bunch of money. So that's why I didn't. So I made a choice and then I bought that stupid bottle on accident. Chad John says 1792 12 year is a banger. I mean, that's the issue, right? So they came out with the 12 year, they came out with the sweet wheat, and they came out with all these things that I want to try, but I really don't want to try it and just be dissing 1792 the whole time. Because I feel like, and this is just me, I feel like it's just a me thing. Because everybody else likes the bottle, and I can see why they like it. I can get the flavors that people get. It's just like after effect. You know what I mean? Dries me out. I don't know why. The old fashioned didn't. We've been sitting on for a second. My palate's not like overly dry, even though I'm drinking water. It wasn't like because it was dried out. Strange. It's almost like you started smoking a cigar, right? You take a sip and you're like, ooh, it felt like you took like 4 or 5 puffs on a cigar. You're like, I need a little sip. So, let me do this. No more asking. You guys did vote pretty heavy on the old fashioned. Hell yeah, appreciate that, boys. Let's do this. Should I turn it into a call-in show? Just started the poll. If we turn it into a call-in show, you guys can call in. It can be for a minute, it can be for a couple seconds. Just say, hey, what's up? Ask questions. I may ask you questions. It is what it is. Ryan in the chat, been a minute, bud. He says, yo, just had an emergency on Tuesday. Turns out I was damn, bro. I stopped reading your comics. I thought something bad happened to you, bro. He's apparently full of shit. Ryan, glad you're okay. So, Ryan, welcome back, bud. It's been a minute. Glad to have you here. Happy Friday. It's Saturday for me now, so just depending on where you're at. So, happy Friday or Saturday morning. Welcome to the stream. Let me know what you're sipping on. Let me know how your appendectomy went on Tuesday. I don't know how to read, so don't listen to me. Yes, I do have my Santa cup. I also had my elf cup earlier. We're going full blown into holiday season at this point, boys. You know what I mean? So I do want to do like one more actual pour before we like fully end it. So if we do a call-in show, I'll let the next caller pick. If we don't, then I'll just let the chat pick. So let me know what you want. And yeah, we'll kind of dial it up. You know what I mean? In the meantime, I'm going to drink some water. Jesus in the chat says, sipping on the 2025 Shanks, just picked up today. What did you think of it? I've seen it hit the shelves around here a little bit, but not like anything too crazy. Do you think it's worth picking up? Give me like a quick rundown. You can't come in and just say, I picked it up, I'm sipping on it. Give me a little something, right? Do you like it? What would you rate it? Would you pick it up again? I need more. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for much. St. Augustine's, by the way. This is a Homer pick. Homer stuff I'm talking about. St. Augustine released their Armagnac bottle. And I think I'm going to go pick that up tomorrow. Ryan says, LOL, my appendix really did just burst. Recovery is going well, but regretfully, I can't lift more than 10 pounds for the next 5 weeks. Well, damn. Well, Ryan, I hope you do get better from that, though. That can be a son of a bitch, but I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you're on the mend, as we say. But hopefully you get back to 100% where you can get back to normal life, have a couple drinks with the boys, and then take care of your health. That's number one first, So what I'm going to pour up next, just while we wait, is a little bit of the Manifest whiskey. Manifest right now is a distillery out of Jacksonville, Florida. Right now, as far as I know, they focus on rye whiskey. This is their 100% rye mash bill, right? As distilleries start up and they start trying to do their own thing, they usually start with vodka and gin and barrel-aged gin, and then they go to rye, and then eventually it's whiskey and bourbon. But it takes a while, right? Because you gotta make it, and you gotta wait 4 years. You know what I mean? Last December, me, the wife, and the kid, when he was still being able to push in the stroller, went to that distillery. We had a really good time. I still have video from that I've never released. It was a fun time. You know what I mean? I think I should go back to that distillery just to run it back, because I do really like the rye. For 100 proof, 100% rye whiskey, it's solid. It's one thing about Florida stuff is it always has citrus on the nose. It just is what it is, right? It's orange, grapefruit, and then rye spice on the nose. And on the palate, it kind of translates really well. It just doesn't have enough giddy up, like in proof, to really like hold it up to a lot of other things. But I think overall, like, it's a solid bottle. Definitely a really good starter rye. So I like it. Jesus says, sipping. I already read that. Chad says, always nice to enjoy a drink with your brother. Have a great weekend, boys. Chad, you have a great weekend, my guy. Have a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by. As always, drop a little like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ryan says, no alcohol, cigars, or gym for 5 weeks. You know I'm hitting it hard in celebrating when the doc clears me. Ryan, I don't even know what you're going to do, bud. Do you play, like, Xbox or something? I got Call of Duty, like Black Ops 2, we do zombies. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I can think of right now. Jesus says, 24 is better. Do get a spice note, a little subtle toast and bitter note, along with a little creme brulee, toffee, and more subtle notes of orange zest. The finish is short-lived, though. It doesn't sound bad. A little spice, a little sweetness, kind of short finish on the shanks. If 24 is better, I haven't really been, like, a lot of people pick up shanks and they pick up the other one that goes alongside with it. I can't remember the name. I kind of pass on those almost every year, just because it's never been anything that I've been dying for. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what I mean? I could, ooh, my charger unplugged. I'd love to try them, but if you're saying 24s is better, then I'll probably just wait. You know what I mean? I'll wait to see what 26 is like, because I'm not dying for it. So we'll have to just wait and see then. Or eventually I'll go to a pour bar and we'll find it. You know what I mean? So it just depends. But the tasting notes you gave so far sound fantastic. Finish being short-lived, that's always a downside, right? I don't know what the proof is on it, but if it's under 115, that's disappointing. 115 and above, I feel like should have like a decent medium to medium long finish. Anything less than that kind of just feels like it just drops off. Chris Lee says bomb burgers. Yeah, you're right. That's what it was. Bomb burgers and shanks. I haven't picked up either one of those. Ryan says, nah, I played COD. haven't played COD since Black Ops 2. Just going to be planning out the next phase of my race car. Got to design a double wishbone suspension. Okay, I don't know anything about that, but hell yeah. If you're designing a race car, that's fucking fun too. But I really haven't played anything since Black Ops 2 because that's all I have as well. A Jet 2 Holiday says, "What's a fair price for Weller Antique 107?" I don't have zero clue. I don't even own one. I'd say $70, $75. I don't know. That's me guessing. I don't even own one because I don't see any fair prices. I have the Weller Special Reserve. I have a lot of the other Buffalo Trace lineups, but Antique 107, I'm sure it's good, right? For 107 proof, I'm not paying over $100. Like zero shot. As far as the Weller stuff goes, because I can only the Weller Special Reserve. What is it? 90 proof, 80, 90 proof. Yeah, 90 proof. It's good. I need more, but 17 proof points. I need more for less price. Jesus says Bomberger's PFG is the way to go this year. In my opinion, if you can still find it. I don't know if I can find it, but maybe if I find it, I'll check it out. But I usually go to liquor stores and I'll see them when they first release, and I just don't ever buy them because I'm not really jumping on the hype train of them. Every year there's so many mixed reviews. Like they're good, they're bad, they're okay, they're mid, they're whatever. So I just kind of bypass them because I'm like, they're not anything too crazy for me, at least. Nobody's ever said, "Oh, you got to go pick this up. You missed out." When the Russell's 15 released, I passed on it the first time. I know, moment of silence. Passed on it, and then everybody gave me shit. So I eventually got one. So I have it. It's fantastic. I was wrong. I should have picked it up. But I didn't know what I didn't know. So, guys, if you just now tuned in, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. We're trying to hit that by the end of the year, and we should. We're on the road. We're on the way. As a solo content creator, I feel like we're doing okay. We could be doing better. We should be doing better. We have more content coming out. I think once we start hitting a couple more outside of the office stuff, I think a lot more people gravitate towards it. But granted, I have a kid and a full-time job, so we got to do what we got to do. Ryan says, "Have you gotten your hands on the Trader Joe's Buffalo Trace bottle yet? Heard good things about it. I didn't know they released one from Trader Joe's. I don't really go to Trader Joe's, so no. But I'll go look." Christian says, "My local store has a pick of Weller, full proof, $160 worth picking up." So that's where you start kind of, enticing me a little bit. $160 is a lot of money, right? Don't get me wrong. Full proof though, okay. At least you have the proof going for you. Store pick adds a little bit, right? Hopefully it was picked in with some thought. So normally store picks go for $80 to $100. A Weller store pick, full proof, going for $160. It's not unheard of. I would say if you have the extra spending money and you're okay with it, you're not going to die for it later, sure, pick it up. If it feels like a stretch for you financially, don't do it. You know what I mean? No bottle of whiskey is worth stretching out for it like that. But it's up to you. It's your money. It's your whiskey. Drink it how you want. Spend your money how you want. At the end of the day, it's your decision. Jesus says, "What's your favorite Redwood Empire?" Ooh. Always with the Redwood Empire. You know what I mean? I like a lot of Redwood Empire. I would say top 3 right now are the ones you could probably see. The Grizzly Beast, the Rocket Top Rye, the Pipe Dream 101. When I look at Redwood Empire, I look at it logically. A lot of their cast strength and a lot of their bottom of bond, at least when I bought it, were all around $80 to $85. Their white labels were around $30 to $35. The Pipe Dream 101 was around $50 to $55. To me, 101 proof on the Pipe Dream 101 for $50 to $55 is fantastic. It's middle of the range price point, but it also has a lot of the same flavors that you want through Redwood Empire. Still feels like craft, has one measly extra proof point than the bottled in bonds, but also for like $30 less. To me, that's the best value one. If I had to pick the best of the best, I'm probably going Rocket Top Rye because that one was my favorite rye for the longest time. But logically, for most people, I'm going to say Pipe Dream 101. It's just unique. It's different, good priced. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people will be okay with buying that one. Raging Cajun in the chat says, cheers all. Raging Cajun, welcome to the stream, baby. Glad to have you here. Happy Friday or happy Saturday, depending on where you're at. Ryan says, Trader Joe's Kentucky Bourbon is a private label Buffalo Trace barrel for $16, which blew me away. Oh, shit. All right. $16 is $16. That'll blow me away all day. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 50-50 with the call-in thing. So, what I'm going to do is before we end the stream, I'm going to drop the call-in link. You guys can call in. You can chat. We can have a good old time. We'll let it go as long as we want. Right? But we won't go too long simply because we'll end it semi-soon. So, just drop the call-in link. If you guys want to call in, you want to chat with me on stream, you can either turn your camera on or put it towards the ground. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Just let me know. Let me see what this is. Oh, all right, cool. We're good there. So if you guys call in, call in. If you don't, you don't. If not, we'll end the stream. The poll was 50-50, so I didn't want to let the people that do want to call in not do it. So they also have a private label for Sazerac. I mean, that's fun. The Sazerac Rye's pretty good. I have the 100 proof one. I like that better than the 90 proof for sure. Hands down. I have a review coming out on Wednesday of the Sazerac 100 proof. So Monday is going to be the Penelope Black Walnut for sure. You got to watch that one. Wednesday's the Rye, and then we have shorts every other day of the week. Missy Miyagi says, you know what my favorite budget whiskey you ever gave out? You know what my favorite whiskey you ever gave out? Old Granddad 114. Oh, ever gave out as recommendation? Oh, 100%. So Old Granddad 114 is always neck and neck with the top budget bottles regardless. Along with, right next to it, neck and neck, is going to be the Benchmark Full Proof. Benchmark has a higher proof, kind of got what most people want more, usually. Old Granddad's kind of neck and neck is a solid pour. Now, lately, I've been leaving out of the budget lineup, and the reason being is Benchmark Full Proof is $22. At least around me, it's $22 to $24. It's not really getting higher than that. Old Granddad, though, for a lot of people, it's increasing in price. Don't know why. It's going up, and I don't know if that's because of the Old Granddad 7-year or the 100 proof or whatever. But granted, if it's going up in price, that's where it's going to start killing some of the value for me, because I used to get it at like $27 to $28, and I'm like, that's solid. $20 for that bottle in general, take my money. When you start getting into the 30s, high 30s to $40, that's when you start fighting some of these other really solid bottles. You know what I mean? Russell's 10, Woodford's, a lot of the Redwood Empires. And that's when you start competing. You're like, hey, that's not really a budget bottle. That's just a really like good 114 proofer. So, Mr. Miyagi says, love that stuff. I mean, it's a great pour. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it by any means. It just depends on where you buy it at, price-wise. Ryan says, I've got to install Chrome and call in. I didn't know you had to do that. Raging says, got to try the ASW Fiddler Georgia Heartwood pick tonight. 119.2 proof. Nice oak flavor with a lot of vanilla. It was a great pour. Okay, I haven't had any of the Fiddler stuff. I hear good things, but I really haven't dived too much into them. All right, we do have caller number 1 on the line. Let me go ahead and pull up the guest. Wow. We have
What's
our
going
man,
on, man?
aka Ryan, in the chat. Ryan, what's going on, baby?
Yeah, last time I was on your stream, actually, no, probably about 2 times before, you said you were coming through Chattanooga. I was hoping you'd stop by CI and we could share a drink together. They have a really, really good not grandfather stag, antique stag up there.
Yeah, Chattanooga. Oh, you're talking
Mm-hmm.
about my Tennessee wedding. Oof.
Yep.
That was a rough day. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember when I drove up, I had to drive through Atlanta.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't blame you for wanting to get home fast.
It wasn't getting home; it was on my way there. Because on the way there, I have a lot of like leeway, right? Because I leave fairly early. Um, but I remember I did like a little bourbon hunting on the way, right? I believe I posted that in one of the videos I did, and
Yep, I remember seeing it.
I stopped at a couple stops, and then I hit Atlanta, and I was like, "Oh, I fucked up," because well, as soon as I hit traffic, I was there forever. I got to my
Yep.
hotel in Tennessee at like 1 in the morning, and I was like, "This is stupid." Um, on the way back, I believe I had to get back to the kid pretty quick for whatever reason.
I gotcha. Well, if you're ever back up here, man,
In
there's
Chattanooga?
there's the Chattanooga Distillery. They have their experimental whiskey bar that they have all sorts of stuff that they're coming out with that you can try. Um, I know the bar manager over at Cigars International. He's a member of my Shrine unit, and we drink for cheap.
I'm losing you a little bit, Ryan.
So you're more than welcome. Nope.
There
Let's
you
try
are.
this.
Yep, I can hear you okay now. Yeah, so what the next time I'll be in Tennessee, so it's maybe TMI, but so I closed my wedding business down.
Well, shit.
It just was, man, it was a lot. You know what I mean? The market's weird right now. As much as I love doing it, it just wasn't what I wanted to do at the time. But typically we go to like North Carolina, Tennessee area for the holidays, and usually I come up that way. So if we get up there for the holidays, I may be able to get up there around like early December. I have no idea if he froze or if he's just looking at me really weird. Well, Ryan, I think the signal got the best of you. If you want to call back in, feel free. But I can only see like, oh,
I
there
think
you
the
are,
whole
there you
thing's
are.
just kind of screwing up. It's being weird for me. Um,
If you
might
rewatch the
be.
stream later,
I know you
you'll
have a
get a good
Discord.
laugh.
It might be better to do like a call on Discord
Oh,
for
100%. I may do
future
that.
streams.
Yeah, I may do that after. I just we did it last week, so I thought it might be fun. What I was basically saying is, typically around the holidays, I still go up towards North Carolina, Tennessee, so maybe around December for sure. He's freezing up again. I can tell. Ryan, bud, I'm gonna have to go ahead and close you out because I can only see half your face. I don't even know. Yeah, but he closed it out. He closed it out. Ryan, I appreciate you calling in. The question of the day really was: next time I get to the area, come up, Tennessee, Chattanooga area, definitely will next time I'm there. I felt bad last time I couldn't, but whole website crashed. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but your signal or my signal, whatever it was acting all crazy. Um, it would freeze on you and it would creep me out a little bit, but that's whatever. But I appreciate you calling in, Ryan, as always. You know, next time I'm in the Chattanooga area, definitely gonna make sure I message you in the Discord. We'll link up. I really want to go to that cigar bar that you recommended last time because that was a big thing that I wanted to do. I enjoy cigars. I enjoy cigars and whiskey, more importantly. So would for sure love to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody else wants to call in, again, link is in. Well, it's not in the description actually. Let me redrop the link. We'll let it go for a couple minutes. If not, we'll end the stream. So if anybody wants to call in, chat a little bit. If not, we'll end the stream and we'll hang it up for the night. Again, last week we had a couple callers call in. We just kind of chatted about whiskey, random shit. You know what I mean? So, again, if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We do go live every Friday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes you guys have bad service, and that's okay. So, oh, my eyes burn. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, what did Ryan say? Absolutely, we'll drink for cheap. There's a bar manager there, member of the Shrine Unit. Yeah, no, for sure. We got to link up, bud. I owe you that because we were supposed to go there originally. Crazy. I mean, I could go on and on about that wedding, but that was literally the worst. Literally the worst I could have ever asked for. I had some good moments of that trip, but I definitely had some bad moments of that trip. But fun time nonetheless. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We're going to go ahead and end the stream now. Unless somebody calls in by the time we start ending this thing. But if you haven't already, drop a like. Again, we go live every Friday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We do drop a video every Monday and every Wednesday for long form. Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, we drop a short of some kind. So make sure you subscribe. Check out the content. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And as always, I appreciate the people that do watch, appreciate the people that do support. You guys mean the world to me. I was going to do one more pour of this as I end it. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate the support. As always, I will see you on the other side. Peace.